Okay, we're recording live. Thank you again, everyone, for taking some time to be with us here this evening, to be on this call. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your dedication to Enagic and our mission and what we're trying to do here. It is very, very exciting. There is not a better time to be part of Enagic, as anyone that was at the 45th anniversary celebration in San Diego knows. This is truly the time to be part of this. So whether you're brand new, whether you're on this call for the very first time, or you've been part of this a couple years, or you're still looking for your first sale, doesn't matter. You're in the right place. Enagic is going somewhere. We got huge plans for the future. We've been going for 45 years. I mean, that's amazing, guys, to be part of a company that's in business that long. That's reaching the number of families that it is, on the scale that it is. But at the same time, we haven't even scratched the surface, guys, of the number of people that we're going to impact with this. I mean, just about 1.5 million machines sold to date. And we've been in business 45 years. We're expecting to do that again in just the next few years alone. So again, if you're just getting involved, if you're just looking at this opportunity, this is the best time. There has never, ever, ever been a better time than right now. And if you've been part of it a couple years, then you're in even better shape. You're in a position to really reap the rewards of what's to come. This was my third global event last month. And, I've been around this company a little while now. It's been a couple years. And I've seen a lot. And I've seen a lot of people start with nothing and go all the way to the top. And I've seen countless lives changed. And in all three of the ways that we talk about, the physical, the emotional, the spiritual, the financial, the freedom, I've seen it all. And I've been part of that, it's impacted me as well. In every single area of my life has been touched by this business. And that's why I'm so passionate and proud to be here today. And I see JJ nodding because he gets it. He understands, because his life has been impacted, and so is Tristan's, and so is Alan and Zan's, and everyone else that's on this call. And that's why we're here. And that's why it's so exciting. So if you are joining us, I know that we have a few new people that are joining us this evening. So that's exciting. For the first time, I remember what it was like when I first saw this and when I started looking at this, and not even having a clue as to where it was going to go and how my life was going to change before my own eyes, before my family's eyes. And so it's very, very exciting. So we're going to keep this short. The purpose of this call, in case you're wondering, is I wanted to get some people together on a Monday evening and make sure that we're starting our week into action. I want to provide opportunities for new people to see this business and what we have to offer. That's exactly what this call is. So if you have someone new on the call, great. That's exactly why I put this call together, because I want new people to see this, because it's so important. We were all in that position once ourselves. And if you don't have someone new on this call, that's okay, because we're recording it, and I'm going to be posting it to the True Health Legacy YouTube channel, as I'm also going to be posting all kinds of new content for people to share with new prospective business partners, new prospective customers. So all of this is available. I also hope by doing this, that this motivates one of you to start your own Zoom call. Maybe some random time during the week. Just pick an evening or an afternoon and do it. If you build it, they will come. So just create an opportunity for you to share this with your new people and your team, and to get all the rest of us involved as well. Because when you create these events, you create new opportunities to expose people, and that's exactly what this is. I hope that makes sense. And again, I hope that this inspires one of you, at least one of you, to go out there, take action, and create another one, your own meeting, if you will. And the beautiful thing about these Zoom calls is you could record them and then post them to your YouTube channel, or you have that video forever to share with someone. So if you're sick of sending people the same YouTube business presentation and you want to give them a different look, then grab this one and send it to them. and chop off the first 10 minutes and chop off the last 10 minutes and just show them what you want them to see, but you have this available. So these are all tools that are at our disposal. Again, that's why we do this. That's why Dan Edlund and myself work so hard at doing the trainings every Tuesday at the Enagic Seattle office, because we really want to provide value for everyone out there that's doing this. And again, this isn't a single man effort. This is a team effort, and we want everyone to win. So with that being said, we're going to get right into the presentation. Again, thank you for your time. I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible. We're going to do a little bit of Q&A at the end. I do want to really show the big picture of Enagic the best that I can on this call, because here's what I'm finding. The more people I talk to, the more I'm discovering for myself that everyone is after something that we have to offer, whether that is the better physical health. And unfortunately, most Enagic distributors, myself included for the first couple years, was only approaching people for the physical health. I'm here to tell you from my own experience that you are missing so much if you're just trying to help sick people and you're just trying to get people to drink Kangen water. Because yes, we have an amazing product. Yes, our product works. Yes, it helps people. But the truth is, most people don't have $4,000 sitting in their bank account for a rainy day when someone approaches them to buy an amazing water ionizer. It's just the truth. I personally wasn't in that position. The only reason I went to such lengths that I did to get my machine was because a valuable night's sleep was that important to me. And I only knew that because I was exposed so well by Carlos. So he did his job and he got me on the right track. He didn't hard sell me. He just pushed me, nudged me very gently, actually, in the right direction. And I made all those decisions for myself after receiving the information. You see, so if we do the same thing with the business, the Enagic business opportunity is so powerful that if their objection for the not owning the machine is money, then what do you think, how do you think we can overcome that objection? With a referral program, with a way to earn their own machine for free, for a way to get them out of that current financial situation that's holding them back from having that $4,000 in the first place. So we have that opportunity to show them. We have the easiest solution to the number one objection that we get. Unfortunately, most of us are afraid to show the business plan, or we don't know it well enough, or a combination of both. I know I was in that camp for a very long time as well. I was scared to death to talk to people about money. You know, I was afraid that if I talked about the business that I would lose the chance for making the sale on the product. And when I think about it today, it just doesn't make any sense. So we're out there focused on doing demo, get them to the demo, get them water, get them this. But if you get them on this call and we show them the real product, which is our compensation plan, which is built around our amazing product, by the way, then they're going to see tremendous value. And not only are they going to see the value in the product on its own as they become educated about Enagic, then they're going to see, but they're also going to see the value in the business. Does that make sense? If we're teaching them about Enagic, about a 45-year-old ISO certified company that's doing business in 160 plus countries, that has over 40 global offices, that has all this infrastructure built, that's won the gold seal from the water quality, blah, blah, blah. I can go on forever and ever and ever. But the more you learn about Enagic, excuse me, doesn't that tell you more about the products that they make? If you know it's a rock solid company, then you know that what's coming out of their factory is rock solid. So it doesn't matter what the product is. So no, Carlos, I haven't shared any slides yet. Thanks for that. So they don't know it doesn't matter what the product is. If the company is that solid and it can stand on its own 2 feet, then it doesn't matter. But we just happen to have, on top of all of that, a product that stands on its own, that is so powerful, that has all the research backing it, and that works. So it's very, very important that we share with people this, the financial side of Enagic, the opportunity. And besides, that's where all the fun is, right? That's getting to work with your friends. That's reducing the stress of a 9 to 5. That's having the excitement to look forward to of being free from a regular job that you don't like, or whatever it is, whatever why it is that you're doing this business. So before I get too far off track here, I do want to get back into the presentation. But again, we have everything in Enagic. I joined Enagic. I bought a water ionizer for better sleep. That's all I was looking for. If I would have bought my machine and been sleeping better, I would have been happy almost 5 years ago. The thing is, it does so much more. Enagic always under-promises and over-delivers. A better night's sleep for me was the tip of the iceberg. It was only the beginning. So in any of us that have been drinking the water, using the products for a certain period of time, know and understand that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen here, and we're going to get into the, let's see if I can get out of this. All right. Can everybody see that? Okay, so what the first thing I want to go over before we get too far into things is I want to go over the global sales contest that they're having right now. It doesn't look like we can see. I hope you can see the right side of your screen there. You might have to move some chat boxes around. So here's what's going on between now and the end of September. Enagic's doing a sales contest. We've already talked about this in training, so I'm not going to spend too much time on this. But this is available for everyone. And anyone, whether you're a 1A or a 6A 2-3, can take advantage of this and win big. So every personal sale that you make, every direct sale between now and September 30th, you're going to get points for. This is in addition to our regular compensation plan. For example, if Alan sells a K8 today, then he gets 50 points. If Alan goes out and sells another K8 tomorrow, he's going to get another 50 points. And then at the end of September, sometime in October, he's going to get a check for at least $100 because he's qualified with 100 points. Now, here's the really cool thing. If Alan goes out and sells another K8 on Wednesday, he sells 3 K8s this week, he's going to get another 50 points. So Enagic's going to send him now 500 instead of that 100. And if between now and the end of September he sells 3 more K8s for totaling 150 points, then they're going to continue adding $300 onto his total for every 150 additional points. So it's cumulative between now and the end of September. So it's really exciting. And as you can see, it doesn't take a whole lot of sales to really rack up these points. For example, an SD 501, you get 40 points. You sell a Super, you get 60. Ukon, you get 10. So the points correspond to the machines. It's a very simple contest. It's easy to track your results, but it's really exciting. So I really recommend that you use this as motivation to propel you forward over the next couple months and really make this your best quarter yet in Enagic. Okay, so we're going to move forward. Get a little bit of Kangen water here and see if I can't. There we go. Okay. So Enagic, as we all know, 45-year-old privately held debt-free company with over $1 billion in cash reserves, top of the industry in everything. Water Quality Association certified. Everything that Enagic produces is made under one roof in Japan. We all know that the best products come out of Japan. They have the highest manufacturing standards of any country. That's why Japanese cars last so long. That's why the Nintendo that I got in 1986 still works today. That's why their products are so high quality. We have over 40 offices. We now have 8 offices in the United States. And we're operating in countries that most companies can't even touch. The ISO, the International Organization for Standardization, has certified our equipment. This is, again, the highest standards possible. ISO 13485, every ionizer is licensed medical equipment according to this certification. Everything Enagic does is patented, from the name Kangen Water, which is a patent, to the trademark Change Your Water, Change Your Life, to the way that the plates are manufactured and assembled into the ionizers. It's all patented. Our business model is patented. So if you hear someone say it's an MLM or a pyramid scheme, or it's just like that other company, it's impossible, because it's all patented. The Water Quality Association has certified Enagic. The National Sanitation Foundation and the ANSI, two very big restaurant organizations, have certified our technology. So it's rock solid. Everything works. It's one product that makes 7 different waters. Everything from your laundry detergent to your veggie wash to your window cleaner to your carpet cleaner, your aftershave, your everything. It's amazing. We continue to find new things to use this technology for. It blows my mind, the number of uses for this. We couldn't even put a number on it. I'm just waiting for someone to come out with that calendar, 365 uses for Kangen water. So maybe I'll work on that for 2020. Okay, so an amazing product. Plus, it's a product that everyone needs. Everyone's paying for bottled water. Bottled water, as we know, is the biggest scam that the human mind has ever conceived. Most of it is marked up 180,000% or more. It's repurposed tap water. It has more chemicals than most tap water. The plastic is a nightmare. The list goes on and on and on. Again, our positioning in the marketplace, our timing, our product, everything is in alignment right now for a huge surge of business for Enagic over the next several decades. Again, the plastics, guys, it's everywhere. It's a global epidemic. Okay, the plastics in the Pacific Ocean, the garbage patches, again, I can go on and on and on. Okay, so let's talk about business. We've all seen this. We've all heard about this. Everyone's looking for something different, whether they know it or not. Most people just think they're looking for more money. But what is it that the money is going to free them up for? What's their why? That's what we need to find out. That's what our job is. And the second part of our job is to expose people naturally to what we have to offer by showing them what matters to them, what matters most to them. So most people aren't interested in this. Okay, this is the corporate structure. I was part of it for a very long time. Okay, it's draining. Okay, this is our pyramid scheme. Our foundation is physical health, financial health, and emotional and spiritual health. We have, again, all three to offer here at Enagic. It just depends on where you're coming from. What we want to do is we want to meet people where they're at. Remember, feel, felt, found. I know how you feel. I felt the same way because I've been in your position. I'm just like you. Here's what I found. Here's what a close friend, here's what someone who I trust, someone I respect introduced to me, and it really changed my life. I would love the opportunity to share it with you. Okay? And that's how we want to be inviting people. Okay? So this is for everybody, really. Okay? Income opportunity seekers. Who is that? What's that mean? It's anyone who's looking for more money. I think more than 97% of the American population is looking for more money. What would one SD 501 sale per month do to your income, to your finances? What about entrepreneurs? People that have been entrepreneurs their whole life, business owners, brick and mortar business owners, people that have been part of other direct sales and network marketing programs. You know, there's a very well-known company that just recently changed its compensation program that affected over 100,000 distributors. So there's 100,000 other distributors out there in a similar health and wellness field looking for an opportunity. A lot of them were making 7-figure income with this company. So there's people looking for specifically for this opportunity. They just don't know it exists. Again, business owners and marketing executives, this is for anyone and everyone. It doesn't matter if you're looking to change careers. If you have a job you love, great, but you're looking for more time, more finances, better finances, you can do this business very part-time and still win very, very big, because there's people on this call that started this very part-time and have won very, very big. Okay. So why do we want to own a business? First of all, being your own boss, the freedom, all the income advantages, tax advantages, controlling your financial ceiling, positive working environment, building our dreams, creating a legacy, not working for somebody else. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. But why more people don't own a business is because of fear. People are afraid. They're afraid they're going to fail. They're afraid that they don't have the right resources. They're afraid that they don't have the experience. Maybe somebody told them that they're going to fail. Another big thing that drives fear is what OPO, other people's opinion, okay? And lack of opportunity. Again, this is an apparent lack of opportunity because opportunity is out there. You just have to be looking for it. And we have to be willing to share it with people. And that's exactly why we're doing this call right now, because we want to get good at sharing this with other people. Okay, so why is our way better? Very simple. Now, you could say our way is better than traditional business, or you could say that our way is better than any other network marketing company out there. Either's fine with me because both are true. Okay, our way is better because minimal startup investment. What's it cost to start your average business? A Quiznos or a Subway, a couple $100,000. Okay, it's better for the company, much better for the company. Word of mouth is far better PR than traditional advertising. It tells our story better, and the advertising costs go to us. We don't have to pay, Kobe or Shaq or whoever. We're not paying endorsement deals. They're paying us that big money that goes to Tiger Woods and Colin Kaepernick and the guys that really don't have anything to do with selling the products anyway. We're the advertising arm for Enagic, so we get those dollars. It's very powerful. Here's another reason network marketing is so powerful. Look at the income it produces. This is just in 2013. I like 2013 numbers because, I don't know, you might think they were a little bit more realistic, but $71 billion in commissions were paid out to people just like Tristan and Alan and JJ and me and Dan. Just ordinary, well, we're extraordinary people, right? But we're not highly trained in a certain field like medicine. We're not professional athletes. We're not, well, Tristan's a professional musician, but most of us aren't, okay? So we're just ordinary people getting extraordinary income. Where else do you see that? Okay. Our business is patented. There is nothing else that even comes close to it. Nothing. I haven't seen anything that even, the closest thing I've seen that even comes close to resembling is Keller Williams real estate. But even that, it's not really even similar. Okay. Plus, no sign-up fees, no qualifications, no crap in the garage, no renewals. All of your sales accumulate and count. You can do business internationally. We pay 9 ways, and the company cuts checks every single day. When you make a sale, you process an order, goes through Los Angeles, a check gets cut. You don't have to do any of that back office stuff. All of the infrastructure is in place. It is truly a turnkey business operation for anywhere for $2,000 to $5,000 startup. I mean, with the potential of 6-figure earnings in your first year. Where else can you find that? Okay, we know our product line's amazing. We have all these different products at different prices, and we're going to fly through the business plan right now. But each product is obviously priced differently according to what it does, how it performs. Obviously, the more plates in the machine, the higher the cost is going to be. The more water production, the higher water quality, the more features the product has, so on and so forth. Obviously, our SD501 has 7 plates. Those are large platinum dipped titanium plates. that are medical grade 1. They're very expensive. That is the most costly component in the ionizer. Okay, 57% of the retail price is paid out to the distributors. That's less than typical endorsement dollars are spent on the average product. So just to put that into perspective. Okay, so for every product, there's a different commission point value. Okay, so for every time a product is sold, there are 8 equal points or payments or checks, however you want to phrase it, 8 equal payments made to distributors from that machine. For example, on the SD501, each of those payments or points is worth $285. Very simple. There's your SD501. There's that pie with 8 slices for $285. By the way, this product can be financed, as can all of ours. If you have good credit, you're looking at $50 a month for the SD501. If you want the SD501, the Anespa, and the Ukon, you want to do the whole package, you're still under $150 a month. It's a no-brainer, okay? So $285 per point on every machine sold. So if Tristan joins our business and Tristan makes her very first sale to Alan for an SD501, Tristan gets a check in the mailbox for $285. Tristan's happy, and she's really excited because she just made her first sale. Now, Tristan goes out and she shares it with her friend JJ, and JJ loves it, and he buys an SD501. Tristan gets paid $285. She gets 1 point on each of those first 2 sales. She's a 1A, or a 1-point agent with Enagic. It's very simple, okay? Makes sense? Now, Tristan's made 2 direct sales. Now Tristan goes out and tells her other friend Dan about this. Dan sees a quick demo or joins a Zoom call, chooses to invest for him and his family in an SD501. Now, Tristan's going to get paid 2 points this time because it's her 3rd sale. She's going to get paid $570 or 2 points on that one sale. She's made $1,140 on her first 3 sales. She has recouped a quarter of what she invested for her SD501 to start her business in her first 3 sales, okay? Now, from this point on, all of her sales are going to begin to count. Let me explain. There's 2 different types of sales in our business. There's direct sales and there's group sales. A direct sale is a sale that you personally make. Tristan made those 3 direct sales to Alan, JJ, and Dan. Now, if Alan goes out and shares this with 3 of his closest friends, he's going to get paid $285 on his first 2 sales, just like Tristan did. He's going to get 1 point. And then on his 3rd direct sale, he's going to get paid 2 points, just like Tristan did, for $570. But Tristan, since Alan was part of Tristan's 1A lane, or part of her first sale, Tristan's going to override 1 point on all 3 of those sales, okay? Let me explain. We only pay 8 points out. So when those points are gone, they're gone. We don't pay on forever like multi-level marketing. But our company pays from the bottom up. So the person making the sale gets paid first. Any points that remain will roll up to the sponsor, the upline sponsorship, okay? So let's say that JJ goes out and sells 3 SD501s also. He gets paid 1 point for his first 2, 2 for his 3rd. Tristan is going to override 285 or 1 point on all 3 of those sales because JJ is in her 1A lane. Okay, you see, you stick to your lane. You will always override 1 point on indirect sales from these first 2. But on your 3rd, Dan goes out and shares this with 3 people. Again, he's going to get 1 point on his first 2, and he's going to get 2 on his 3rd. But since Dan was Tristan's 3rd sale, he's part of her 2A lane. Tristan's going to override 2 points on all 3 of those sales for $570. So let's look at this. If Dan goes out And we all know that he can do this. If Dan goes out and shares this with 100 families, then Tristan's going to override all of those sales. She's going to override $570 as long as those points are there. This is her third sale, the third person that she introduced this to. Okay. So you can do this. You can continue making direct sales. If you're a great salesperson, great, awesome. Go out, sell to your heart's content. You can make direct sales all the way to 6A. If you want to really take advantage of what this income opportunity can do, is you'll build a team. You'll share this with people and teach others to do what you have learned how to do. Okay, so here's what it looks like beyond. Your first 3 sales have actually produced a total of 12 sales in your organization. Do you see that? You made 3 direct sales. Those 3 direct sales produced 9 indirect sales. So you actually have a total of 12 sales in your organization. You've, first of all, recuperated anything that you've already invested into your business. If you bought an SD501, it's paid for. If you bought an SD501 and then an SBA, it's paid for. Everything you're doing from now on is profit. All house money. I like to call it your 101 course, the road from 1A to 3A, your first 10 to 12 sales. You're gonna see the process. You're gonna see how the paperwork's done. You're gonna see how the demo's done. You're gonna be on a couple calls like this. You're gonna learn how to do the basics. It's your training program. From 3A to 4A, 10 sales 10 through 20, you're gonna start to become independent. So now that we have a total of 12 sales, Tristan goes out and she's gonna share this. She's going to share this with Chris. Chris buys a machine. Since Tristan already has more than 10 sales in her organization, she's qualified to be a 3A on her next direct sale. So when Chris buys his SD501, Tristan gets promoted again to the rank of 3A. So on Chris's sale, she's going to get 3 of those points for $285, totaling $855. Now let me just stop and ask everyone on the call. If you're currently working, how many hours do you have to work to earn $855? I thought about this when I first saw this. And I knew that I had to work almost 2 weeks to make that, doing what I was doing then. That was a lot of money for me. One of those would change my entire world every month. And that's when I knew. So you can keep on building. From 10 to 20 sales, you're a 3A. And again, when you hit 20 plus, you're now eligible to rank up again at 4A to get half of the pie, $1,140, 4 points. Again, how many hours do you have to work to earn $1,140? This isn't 100 sales. This isn't 10 years down the road. You could earn this month or next month if you're highly motivated. And if you have a couple people that you already know want to dig into this. This is very close range and this is very, very doable. And I promise you, and I'm telling you this from experience, when you hit 4A in Enagic, you are never, ever, ever, ever going to quit. You can't. That's life-changing money. I don't care who you are. $1,140 in your mailbox is life-changing money. If you're used to working 40, 50, 60, 80 hours to earn that kind of money, and you can do it in one sale by inviting someone to get on a 35-minute Zoom call or to join you at the office for an hour presentation, I mean, you're not going to find better, easier, more approachable money that's real, backed by a 45-year-old company. You're not going to find this anywhere else, guys. This is why it's so incredibly powerful. And we're only to 4A. Okay, so you keep growing and you keep building, and once you hit 50, then you're eligible to become a 5A. You get 5 points, $1,425. That's over $1,700 on a K8. It's $2,000 on a super. Again, where can you earn that kind of money? Okay, this is really high-powered commissions. And then from 51 to 100, you're building to 6A. At 6A, you start earning 6 points. By this point, we'll have you structured so that you're earning all 8. You're taking the entire pie home. okay? So at 6A and beyond, you start earning education bonus for anything that happens outside of your points, anything you're not getting paid on. You collect a $200 education bonus on that, but you continue to open up these 6-point franchise lanes at 6A and beyond. Every direct sale going forward is opening up a 6-point pay lane. If Tristan, as a 6A, sells a machine to Marcy, Tristan opened up a $1,710 business center. Every sale that Marcy makes, Tristan's going to override 1,710 or however many points there are up to 6, as long as those points are available. So this is the gift that keeps on giving, guys. It's amazing. 6A is the highest commission rank in Enagic. It's where you consider yourself to be a leader. But of course, you want to keep on going. You want to keep producing leaders in your business. And Enagic's going to reward you very handsomely for doing so. When you're a 6A and you've created 2 other 6As in your organization, Enagic considers this a 6A2. Enagic's going to pay you a title incentive of $6,000 for helping to produce those other 2 leaders. And you help 2 people get to 6A in Enagic, you can rest assured that they're going to help other people become 6As in Enagic. This is how we build. So those 2 6As that you helped are going to help produce 2 6As of their own, which is going to promote you to 6A2-2, which means you're a 6A that has 2 6As directly underneath you in your organization. And those 6As each have 2 6As of their own. So you actually have 2 levels of leadership underneath you in your organization. Because remember, once our life has been changed, we want to help change others' lives. So we want to teach duplication. That's why we're doing these calls, so that you can invite people to see this, and you could let us do the heavy lifting for you and present this information so that people can see it for themselves and get excited. And this is the promised land. This should be everyone on this call's goal, to hit the rank of 6A2-3. It's just one step further. It's a 6A who has 2 6As, who has 2 6As, who has 2 6As. It's 3 levels of leadership in Enagic. I've seen a lot of network marketing companies, and I've seen a lot of their pay plans and the money that they're offering, the big money. And oftentimes it requires thousands, if not tens and hundreds of thousands of distributors in your organization. And we're looking here at similar money with just a handful. So it doesn't take the time, it doesn't take the effort that you're going to find in a lot of the other companies where there's a lot of attrition, where you have to keep people on an auto ship every single month. We don't have to deal with that here at Enagic, because we have a product that makes its own product for free. We can share it for free. We can get people on these calls for free. The cost of doing business with Enagic is very, very easy. As we're starting to close here, I just want to show you where we've been and where we're going. In 2003, Enagic expanded from Osaka, Japan to Los Angeles, and that's when the global expansion began. It blew up, literally. Started going all over the world. Now we have offices in 170 plus countries. We're doing business in some very difficult countries to do business in. And we're constantly opening new offices. Our sales are through the roof. If you look at where we've been the last 15 years, our sales in the last 5 years have taken off because of, well, social media has certainly helped, but the awareness. People are becoming aware. People are now starting to hear about this. They're seeing their favorite celebrities and pro athletes drinking Kangen water. They're becoming educated about the dangers of bottled and tap water. Guys, again, we're in the right place at the right time. And if you look at the product life curve, you're looking at cell phones and microwaves and SUVs. They're still considered to be almost in the growth phase. They haven't even reached maturity, let alone saturation. Guys, we haven't even started up the slope yet. There's over 7 billion people on planet Earth, And we've only sold 1.5 million of these machines. You do the math. Okay, so nobody knows about this yet. Again, it's like being part of Amazon or Microsoft in the very beginning. I almost hate to use those analogies because they're so overused, but there's nothing else that I can think of to compare it to. I've been part of this for the last almost 4.5 years now, and I've seen what's happened, and it's only getting bigger, and it's only happening faster. So dream big, guys. I mean, we have an opportunity here to make a huge impact in the world. We have an opportunity to make a huge impact in the lives of other people. But we also have an opportunity to make a huge impact in our own lives. Okay, so we want to make sure that we're sharing this with as many people as possible. We want to make sure that we have people on these calls, plugged into the trainings, the demos that are happening every week. For those of you that are in the Seattle area, Dan Edlund and I and Elizabeth Christian do a training every single Tuesday at the Enagic office. Very powerful, and that's nuts and bolts training. It's very simple what to do from day one. Another great opportunity for training is the Eli and Jelena Daffish call every single Saturday morning at 9 a.m. If you don't have the information for that, reach out to me, please. But for scripts and what to say to people and how to make invitations, very, very powerful stuff. I'm going to stop there with the presentation side of it. I want to thank you for your patience because, again, it is very, very important to see the big picture of what we have to offer people. I'm going to try to stop sharing here. I'm not seeing my little. There we go. Okay. Okay, and we're back. Sorry about that, guys. Thank you so much for your patience. I want to open it up. If there's any questions or something that I went over in the pay plan that didn't make sense, or something that you want to see again, or you just have a general question, type a chat in the chat bar there, and then I'll either answer it directly or I'll bring you on. I know we also have a lot of people on the call today that have been very, very successful in Enagic for quite some time. If there's anyone that wants to share anything or elaborate on anything that I went over, please feel free to jump in here. Carlos, I'm gonna unmute you, and I would love to hear a little bit of feedback from you, your thoughts on what we just talked about, and just anything that you'd like to add to that.
Yeah, thank you, Steve. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you great.
No, Steve, I mean, you lay it out as good as anyone in the business. Let me silence my phone because I got chats coming in. I think, I'm speaking to, most of the people on this call are in our organization to some degree in some way. And, you're all my friends and people. So I don't want to talk at anyone. I'd rather talk to you guys that, what your challenge is with your people is action. And, the way that this works is you've got to be in better action, right? Like there's a lot of ways to take action, and there's a lot of things that I think that we do that are productive to our business, but does it result in commissions, right? Because nothing happens in Enagic until the paperwork is processed, right? Nobody gets healthier, nobody gets wealthier, nobody gets free, and I just want to relay this because I think this is powerful, because this is something that really came to me as I was traveling over the last couple of weeks. I used to, like with the spaghetti factory, we did that for a lot of you that are new. You may not have been involved with the spaghetti factory in its heyday, but we did that event for 2.5 years, so 30 months plus, and then Steve took it over for another 6 to 8 months, and then you and Dan, reinvented that over the last year, right? But what I want you guys to know is, we never begged for action, and we never begged people to join us. We just presented it as it was, as you just did, Steve. And, you know, I think, you know, and when I reflect over where I've been addressing a lot of people over the last maybe 18 months or 24 months as we've moved to a more online, is almost pleading with people, like pleading with y'all to get in action. And I know you know what I'm talking about, Steve, right? And I know Liz knows, and Tristan, and some of the people that have been on here. And you know, it strikes me because when I was doing that spaghetti factory, and you know, Dan was part of that, and Steve, you were instrumental in that. A lot of people grew really successful businesses like Val and John and Christine Deasy and Chris Johansson out of that event. And I'm getting to my point. You know, the message we were giving was, join us on this ride so you can be free. Like, and I think now, as I'm further removed, because it just kind of happens as we have more leaders within our organizations, I'm further removed. I feel like really convicted in like, do the work that you need to do on a daily basis with yourself so that you can get free in this thing. I mean, we're doing this thing to have more time to do the things that we want to do and not have to deal with the constraints of society. There's constraints that are on every one of us, you know, that society puts, or the system that we sign up for, I mean, or we put on ourselves, that really this industry gives you a way out of. And, you know, I was thinking about, I had a phone call from a guy this morning who's, you know, looking for money. And this is a guy that was too cool for Enagic 4 years ago. And you know, what people misunderstand about our industry is this, is it's very stable. If your action's consistent and it's the right action, our industry is very stable, you know. And I see these people in these industries, whether it be, I mean, and trust me, I know real estate's really good right now and it's attractive, but in construction and different government, you know, types of things that really go up and down. And they're very, very susceptible to a lot of things, where if you build this thing, it's not. And, you know, so I don't want to really get into, you know, my results, but I'll just tell you, you know, I can see a stack of checks here. I got a ton of things to process, and I'm in consistent action. And, you know, I'm working on 9 years in Enagic, and I've never been taking more action in developing myself and learning new skill sets than I have in my entire 9 years. And that tells you something, you know, and I've never been more excited about what's going on and the opportunities that are being presented to me. And I've been asking for these opportunities. So yeah, that's my message, you know, do whatever you need to do to take the right kind of action, and then really reach out to us, you know, and we're presenting some stuff to you like I did on my last call, and some platforms that is going to give you new life in this, but you've got to be willing to get outside of yourself and be willing to really ask, because we're doing it. Like me and about 4 or 5 other people are doing this platform, and you just gotta reach out every day and join this ride. Don't miss this ride. Like so many people missed the ride from the Spaghetti Factory. Like so many people are missing the ride with you right now because they can't get on this training with Steve. And the reason I say that is because I've been free for a long time in Enagic. I mean, we're going on, you know, 4 or 5 years of freedom, you know, real freedom, and it keeps getting better. And I just want everybody to have that. So that's what I have.
Thanks, Carlos. I really appreciate that. And as always, appreciate what you bring to the conversation, the value you bring to our group. I saw there was Lorena. I'm assuming that you got your question answered by Dan and Liz. I appreciate you guys jumping in there and taking care of that. Were there any other questions or comments? We got just a few minutes left. I don't want to keep anyone any longer than necessary, though. If everybody seems good, Dan, was there anything you wanted to jump in there and add?
The only thing that's resonating with me, and you know, I think Carlos will be able to relate to this, is like, you know, you were talking about where we are and where we're going. And I'll tell you what, I was at the office this morning, and you know, between me and my group, we processed 4 units, and there was people in there I didn't know processing machines, and it's just, that office 3, 4, 5 years ago, I mean, other than Carlos and one or two other people, it just didn't look like that. And we're starting to get busier and busier all the time. And, you can tell when things are just going amazing at the office because, Naomi's smiling. But the thing is, Seattle, a lot of people don't know, Seattle absolutely crushed their monthly goal that Enagic set for them last month. And that's really starting to, just be evident in there. You just walk in there and you just see people all the time. They're filling up jugs all the time. They're processing orders all the time. And I'm just telling you, from when Carlos asked me to get involved in this to the time that I did, I missed a year, almost a year and a half. And what I've seen in the 4 years since is a huge, huge shift in as far as how many people are getting involved in this. And I just can't even imagine what that office is going to look like in 3 or 4 years. I mean, I was talking with Naomi today and I said, in 3 years, we'll be processing 1,000 machines a month out of this office. But even if you take something like that and you think about the fact that that office serves a lot more than just the Washington State area, that's a very, very, very small number. So for the people that are looking at this, and they think maybe there's saturation or something like that, that is not the case. Go stop 300 people down the street. One will know what you're talking about. And so, but it is a really, really cool time to be involved. I mean, and it's just so neat to walk in there and see people processing orders and happy customers, and just that the movement that, Carlos started a long time ago, we're being able to carry on. But I really think you're going to see a huge shift in that office in the next 12 to 36 months.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I've seen it. I've seen it myself in the last couple of years. And guys, I mean, use that fear of missing out with people, because I mean, if you presented this to me if I were to sit here on this call and see what I just showed all of you, and knowing what I know about Enagic, I'd be scared to death to let this opportunity pass by me at this point. So JJ, what's going on, brother? Thanks for being on the call. I'm trying to unmute you here. There we go.
Hey guys, thanks a ton for doing this, and thanks for all the work you guys are doing up there. It's actually quite awesome being able to see everything you guys are doing, and I really appreciate being invited to this. But I had one question in regards to the compensation plan. As you were outlining it and going from the different levels from 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A, and there was a number there that was for each particular rank. And it said, like, if I remember right, 3A was like 20 plus group is what it said on each one of those. And then like 40 plus group, 50 plus group. That means that you've got 20 sales, like to get to 3A, you've got 20 total sales, you and your group. Is that
20 total to get 21 total to get to 4A, 11 total to get to 3A.
And that's sales in your group as well as sales that you've made. That's not just direct sales, correct?
Anything within 8 points, yes.
Okay, that's really all I had to. I just wanted to confirm that, because that's the only thing I had any question on when you were going through the marketing plan there. And so, yeah, awesome stuff, you guys. Thank you so much for inviting me to this.
Hey, and it's always great to see you, JJ. Thank you for all that you do for the Enagic community and family, and all your passion and hard work and energy. And again, it was great to spend some time with you in San Diego.
Yeah, amen. That was great. And hey, Carlos, it's actually great getting to see your face. I've heard all kinds of things about you. These guys have all kinds of glowing things to say, and I've never personally met you before, not even in this fashion. And yeah, if you come through Salt Lake, I'd sure love to get a chance to meet you. We could maybe go out and have a sandwich or something like that on your way through. I live in Sandy, just about 5 minutes off of I-15.
Cool.
And,
cool. Yeah.
I got an extra room you could stay in if you wanted. So anyway,
Steve or Dan can shoot you my info, and you can definitely reach out anytime and we'll connect.
Awesome. Yeah, that sounds great. Thanks again, you guys. Love you all.
Thank you, everyone. Paul, thank you so much. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate everyone that's taken the time to be on this call with all of us. Again, we're here for you guys. This call, the training that we do, everything's for you guys. It's a team effort. We're one big family. We're all going to get to 6A2-3 one day, hopefully sooner than later. But let's just be part of the family. Let's support one another. Let's do the best we can. Gratitude, absolutely right. Just be in gratitude. Like Carlos said, be in action, be consistent. Learn this business presentation. Practice it when you're watching TV and when you have 5 free minutes. That's how I learned it, just by getting on and doing this. I learned more than anybody else on this call by doing this call. So I hope that inspires you to set up your own call and do one of these. I'd love to join it and be part of it, and just get out there and take some action today, guys. Appreciate all of you. Have a wonderful week, and we'll talk to you soon. God bless you all.
Thanks, guys. Hooty hoo! Love y'all.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Hey, Steve.